Go out of the coffin tonight.
We're live, Andrew. We are live. It's the continuation of the Andrew Flora birthday celebration. Drive that car, Andrew. Drive it, bro. Drive the car, bro. Drive the car, bro. There it is. Happy birthday. That's right, y'all. Yesterday was Andrew's official birthday, but we're continuing the celebration tonight. Welcome to episode 5 of the SportsHeads on the Shuley Network. What's up, bro? How you doing?
What's up? It's a good day in the neighborhood. It's always a good day. Spending the night, I should say, with my fellow sportshead.
Hell yeah, bro. We're here to have fun with you, and we're continuing the birthday celebration, right? Tell everybody how old you were yesterday.
27.
27 years old, you old son of a bitch. What's up, man? How you feeling today? You feeling 28 today? How you feeling?
I just turned 27 today. Don't know yet.
Don't know yet?
Ask me in about a month when my joints start falling off.
Yeah, you were complaining last night. For those of you who don't know, Andrew couldn't wait till tonight to get on the air to celebrate his birthday. He needed a show last night, so we did a little birthday celebration. If you go out to Andrew Weezy on YouTube, he's trying to get them subs up. So if you can go out to Andrew Weezy, I think Joe can put up his YouTube page right now. He's trying to get them subs up. He's trying to get them up to 100 ASAP. And if you could do that for his birthday, he would really appreciate that. It's totally free. YouTube.com/Andrew Weezy, WIESE 9324, right, Andrew? That's the one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the chat, bro. All right, and we had fun with you last night. We had a birthday celebration, didn't we?
And my arthritis is kicking.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Look what Andy from Ontario says on the screen, Andrew. Happy birthday. Thanks, Andy. Austin checking in. What's up, Austin, bro? Happy late birthday. You ain't late because it's a celebration, Austin. We're celebrating all weekend, bro. And we're continuing with you. We have no Bob Levy tonight. So what do we say when we don't have no Bob Levy, Andrew? What do we call it on Friday?
Out of the wheelchair, folks.
It's Out of the Wheelchair Friday night on the SportsHeads. All right. All right. Fox 5. Look at us checking in. Check it out, Andrew. Happy birthday. Andrew, grab lunch on me. Thank you, Fox 5 1999. We appreciate you right off the bat. There you go. You got your first birthday present. Scott Fitzpatrick, what's up? Checking in. Speaking of, how about let's bring in our West Coast correspondent, our friend and our co-host. Let's bring in Bone Loads. He back there?
He was in the intro with you guys and he dropped off. So
all right, he's having technical difficulties. Let's bring in Scott. All right, Scott Fitzpatrick, how you doing, bro?
Right on, how's it going?
What's up, Max? Max checking in, saying happy birthday. How you doing tonight, Scott?
Doing all right. How you doing?
You still stuck in Ray's bedroom since last week?
Yeah, I'll come back. He
about to kick you out any minute right there. Look at that. Oh.
Say nothing.
I can't believe there's room for two of you in there.
You can't see anything unless you super chat, folks.
Oh, we'll get to that, Andrew. Yeah. So last week we had a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Our friend My Lost Interest checked in with us in the chat. Shout out Lost, and he said, "Hey Scott, what do you have in the drawer there?" So Scott, I think, has some random items in the drawer tonight. Some embarrassing, some not, and I think at some point you might have to just pull them out randomly and explain. But we'll have to see how much super chat love we can get. We can drum up some interest and see what kind of funny or cool or weird shit we can pull out of there.
It's my actual stuff.
This is all actual stuff. And I know that's not a lie because anybody that knows of Scott, he's the prop master. Actual stuff. He can pull out anything. We talk about stuff randomly and he just pulls it out. So, all right. Well, now we got Scott in here and we're waiting for Bone Loads. Yes, sir. Go, Andrew.
Just so people are aware, those of you who follow me on Instagram, I apologize for the inactivity. I do still use it, but it's really just fucking up right now.
Soul Show, what did it say? Scott looking good? What we got? Looking good, my dude. Soul Show checking in. Yeah, Andrew. So for anyone that's a follower of Andrew, they know Andrew's been having like a 6-month or more saga with his Instagram. So if you don't see any posts, it's not because Andrew doesn't love you. My boy is having some technical difficulties, and he can't get out there. I see Crow V. Wade in the chat. What it said, the roof is on fire. Checking in Crow V. Wade. I think our friend is from overseas. Yeah, I saw him in the chat last week. He said he's up late, so we appreciate you being in the SportsHeads chat tonight. Hey, there's Bone Loads checking in. Test 1, 2. How you doing, Bone Loads? Nope. Bone Loads. Come in, Bone Loads.
Yeah.
Testing. 1, 2. I think he's still having them issues tonight. One of them nights. Oh, clearing up now. Let's see. We got Max McKeel in the chat. I see an old friend from last week. What's Matthew say? Excuse me. Matthew McKeel says, thoughts on Marcus Mariota being released by the Falcons, Andrew? Any thoughts on that?
Owen, they're going after Lamar.
They're going after Lamar. I think everybody is going after Lamar.
100%. They want. The Falcons are the front runner for Lamar Jackson.
What makes you say that, bro?
They have draft capital and the money.
Okay. We'll have to see if that plays out. I know there's going to be a lot of people in play for that. But all right. Tell everybody who we have a guest coming on tonight. He can't join us till later because he's working. Oh, we got a super chat here from our friend Saint Ranger, and it says, "Hi Andrew, happy birthday! Thanks for your nice shows, and you're doing great. $15, Saint Ranger. Thank you. Good job, Andrew. Rolling in the super chat, though. All right.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Actually, all year. If you subscribe to my YouTube, and if you really love me, you'll see me every day because I pretty much go live on there every day.
That's right. All right, Andrew. And we have a guest tonight. Like I was about to say, he can't join us until maybe like an hour in the show because he's involved in sports and he'll be coming home from his sports job and he's going to talk to us a little bit about it. Tell everybody who's our guest on the show tonight.
The original sports shoes OG Trey,
that's right. Trey Campbell. For those of you old Shuley heads that go way back to when Shuley first came over, Trey was a part of the original OG Shoes crew, the Shoes team member, right? And you guys would mix it up on Tuesday nights late at night, didn't we, Andrew?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And that's how we met. That's how I met you, and that's how I know of Trey. So I'm going to be a little fanboy tonight when I have you guys on the screen because that's how I come to know you. And this is kind of going to be a kind of a reunion of sorts because. Go ahead.
I really have to shout out the boss for once here.
Bruce Springsteen.
Thank you for seeing what I could do. And sorry I stepped away for a while, of course, but I honed my craft and I'm never leaving.
You got to kick him out now. That's right, Andrew. They're going to have to kick us out now, right, bro?
You won't get enough of me.
You won't get enough of me. That's not a conceited statement at all. All right, well, I'm glad to have the three that I see in the box. Are they having technical difficulties, Joe, with Stormy?
Stormy's back there, but Bone Loads is gone again.
All right. Well, we'll hope to catch up with them real soon. Stormy is normally our chat moderator, and she's our graphics person. We like having her. There she is back. She's Stormy.
How are you?
How are you doing today?
We were running joke yesterday because people in the chat were kind of aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Andrew, yesterday we did your special birthday podcast because you just couldn't wait till tonight to celebrate your birthday. So we did that. And when we were doing that, you gave Stormy a nickname off the head, off the dome. Tell everybody what Stormy's new nickname is now.
The Graphic Goddess.
That's right. The Graphic Goddess, Stormy. That's straight up Andrew. That's just freestyle Andrew. He said, hey, Stormy, I have a name for you. Hey, Bones, how you doing, man? Coming in this time?
And I'm back. Yeah.
Oh,
sorry about that, you guys.
And he's back. That's cool.
freezing.
So we have Stormy, the graphics goddess, as dubbed by Andrew. How you doing today, Stormy?
I'm all right. How are you?
Okay, now I saw you put a kind of a special video out today on Facebook. You had a particularly interesting morning with the weather.
Oh yeah. It floods where I live this time of year, so I had a hard time getting my kids to school this morning, and a hard time
Oh.
driving home.
Yeah, I was like you mentioned this before that.
For you.
What?
Right, Andrew?
I'm surprised school wasn't canceled where you were, because it was supposed to get awful over there.
Me too, but they did.
Yeah, so you mentioned that you lived in kind of a bad area. You said kind of it goes right from winter to the flood season, and you weren't joking. And I think we have your video to play that you put out on Facebook today. If Joe could pull that up, we'd appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm going to show you. If Joe,
Listen to Andrew breathe.
is Joe there?
Yeah, I'm here. Which element was it that we're looking
It was the last one for Stormy.
All right, give me just a second. I'm not seeing that on here.
I sent it to you in Discord. You said you were going to add it at the end. We'll show you what Stormy had to put up with today. Kind of ironic in your name. I saw that video today, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
You really
I was
put-
scared to drive through it, but I didn't know how else to get. I was in a line of cars. I didn't know where else to go.
Yeah, I'm like, and
Stay home. That's what you do.
Well, I was going to. I didn't know it was that bad until I got there.
wow, yeah, it was bad, and just to say the least, that you kind of you had to like driving through basically kind of flood conditions, right? Where you didn't know that
Yeah.
you didn't know
It
the
was
next thing you were
fast
driving through.
moving. Yeah, it was fast moving water too in some areas.
Here's the video. I saw this today.
The video is not playing, sir.
Yeah, so you have my issue, but you can, if you look out there, just look at the picture of it. I can see the brown groundwater that you had to, just the uncertainty that you had to drive through today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was kind of scary, but I didn't know what else to do. There was nowhere to turn around because there was water behind me. As the traffic was going, all the water was caving in behind me.
Yeesh, yeah, right, yeah. Well, we're glad you made it through that, and now that Andrew has dubbed you the graphic goddess, we're glad you're here, and we appreciate you being here, and we appreciate the graphics you do, and we look forward to you moderating the chat and looking out for our friends and shouting some of them out.
I'm doing the king.
Oh, you're bowing to the graphics goddess. Very good. Wow, Stormy, you're really getting the treatment today.
Yeah.
You got the nickname yesterday. Austin says flood watch here until noon today. Was awful to drive, and so apparently Austin is dealing with similar conditions.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, I imagine it's the leftovers of these storms have been blowing across the country. But yeah, so we're happy to have Trey on tonight from the original Shoes team. He's going to join us later in the show. But now that we have the team assembled, Andrew, we're going to do some stories, and Trey's going to catch up with us later. Andrew, where do we put all the stories every week?
In the hopper.
All right, we put them in the hopper, and now we're about to kick him. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do this then. All right. Let's go to story number 1. All right. Let's talk about Manny Machado, please. We can click on that story. Manny Machado, what do you think about his? Tell everybody what he got.
$350 million for 11 years.
Notice he started right away with the money, right, Scott?
Yep. Always.
That's Andrew's favorite part of all these stories.
Can you hear us? That would be $750 million over the contract.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So what do you think about that, Andrew? You think that's a good deal for him and the Padres?
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes, but
Hey, Bo, go ahead.
Sorry, what was that?
he's injury prone.
He's injury prone. Well, Bone Loads is a San Diego's Padres fan. So, Bone Loads, how do you feel about this deal being a Pods fan?
It's a lot of cash.
I'm happy that we got to lock him up. You know, I think we're probably bankrupting our future, but I think short term, I think we're looking really good. Long, toward the end of that contract, it might be like an Albert Pujols, St. Louis Cardinals type of situation. Where you're not really getting much production on that back end of it, or like an A-Rod type of thing.
Yeah.
But hey, I'll take it for the front end production. I'll take the next 5 years. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's the risk you
I'm
take with
all
those
on board.
contracts. And see, like last week, we were talking about all the young prospects for the Orioles. Manny Machado came up through our farm system. He was one of our best young prospects, but when it came down to free agency time, we simply couldn't afford him. We were never in the running, and he's been gone ever since. So this just goes back to what I was saying last week about us having the lowest salary and having all these prospects, but they're not likely to stay around. But I'm happy for you. And
I think Corbin Burns might be heading your way this year.
tell everybody who Corbin Burns is. Okay, we're done with that order. Yes. Tell everybody who Corbin Burns is, Andrew.
Milwaukee Brewers' best pitcher.
Yeah.
Corbin Burns.
Is he a free agent? I'm not familiar with him.
I don't think Milwaukee can afford him.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that Baltimore can afford him either.
So it's kind of one of those situations, where they bring him up and then let him go. Padres used to be like that before we started spending money, so I know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to LA Dodgers, though. LA Dodgers could afford everybody and their mother.
All right, Andrew. I know that you're excited about baseball starting and it being spring baseball season. Matthew McKeel says, thoughts on the Braves this year, Andrew? Do you follow the Braves any?
Yes.
What do you know?
I follow every team, man.
Okay, well, spit, bro.
I have the MLB package, so I could watch every game from every team.
All right, Bragger. Tell Matthew about his team.
Acuna's good. That pitcher, Strat, that throws 100 miles an hour. Steven Stratter, I think. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. They have one of the most underrated rotations in baseball.
There you go, Matthew. You got the full explanation right there from Andrew off the dome. He covers it all. Fox Fife, 199. Who is the best up-and-comer from the fields, Andrew?
I'm biased, so I don't know if you heard this name, Bonoch. Garrett Mitchell from the Brewers.
Are you familiar with Garrett Mitchell? Really?
Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I know. I've heard of him. I don't.
He has A-grade speed. Like, could be one of the fastest players in the game, speed-wise.
That's right. You were raving about him last week, I think, right? That's where I heard the name. Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, we have a super chat. King of all dabblers, $5. Happy birthday, Andrew. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, King of all dabblers. We appreciate the super chat love tonight. We're on episode 5 of the Sports Heads here on the Shuley Network. We have our guest coming soon, Trey Johnson. He was an original Shoes team member, and we're looking forward to like a little reunion with him. We want to remind you right now, if you haven't already, go out to youtube.com/the Shuley Network, and now there is a join option on the YouTube page, and it's a lot of fun. I was luckily Dave Daffler gifted me a membership, so I got my nice little green letters and everything, and I feel like I'm part of it. And you can go out there. You get
one of them.
We'll get you one of them, Andrew. You can get all of the content that you get on the Patreon. If you're not really comfortable with Patreon, you don't know how to navigate that, you simply go to youtube.com/the Shuley Network, and there's a join option, and there'll be an option to join there, and it's pretty easy. It's like $4.99 a month, and you get all this extra great bonus content, and there'll be exclusive content for that. So go ahead and check that out when you get a chance.
Somebody might need to keep gifting me every month because I don't have no card.
That's right. Yeah, Andrew has some issues with accountancy, but we'll figure that out. Hey, there's our friend My Lost Interest. My Lost Interest, $1.99. Scott is making me hungry. Thank you, Scott.
Ballpark hot dog there.
Uh-oh.
You'll notice I'm eating this hot dog sideways in front of Andrew.
So it's not too exciting, right, Scott? I get you. I get you. He'll start talking all that shit, yeah. All right, hey, Fox 5 again, Fox 5 $4.99. Have you seen those screwball pitchers on YouTube? Why aren't they in the major MLB yet, Andrew? You ever seen any of those wild pitchings? Thank you, Fox 5.
They use it, but it's a rarity.
Yeah. There's some guys that do that like deep sinker and they can kind of do that rise and get that extra twist on it. But yeah, that's kind of more gimmicky than actual baseball. Hey, Saint Ranger again, $5. Thank you, Saint Ranger. He said, I used to watch and go to San Francisco Giants games long time ago. Any thoughts on their chances this year? And do you have a favorite baseball team? Andrew, Saint Ranger, thank you, $5. What do you think about the Giants and what is your favorite team?
The Brewers and the Red Sox. Fox Fight and I are avid Red Sox fans. So, brother, I'm with you.
There you go. All right, but they're your teams. Now, what do you think about the San Francisco Giants' chances this year, Andrew?
Ooh, they got rid of Longoria. I don't. Rendon is not there anymore. I think they could surprise some people, but I think they could be at the bottom of the league because I don't really know if they have any top players anymore.
All right, well, there's your answer, Saint Ranger. Thank you. At the bottom. Apparently, you're going to be at the bottom, according to Andrew. All right, now, Andrew, I know that you're big on the rules in baseball this year, and there's many rules changes that are going to occur this season. They're not going to allow the defensive shifts anymore. They're going to start implementing this game clock to where the batter has to be in a box in a certain amount of time, or the pitcher has to engage the rubber and start throwing the pitch in a certain amount of time. And we have a game situation from spring baseball that ended in a weird way. You want to talk about this game that ended on a clock call, Andrew? This should be like element number 2, right? Yes.
Hopefully there's no copyright claim with this.
Don't worry about that, bro. But let us do the production. All right, so here's the scenario. It was bottom of the 9th. I believe the bases were loaded. There was a full count, and something happened. There was a pitch clock violation.
I was watching this live.
Yeah, I messaged you like right away. I was like, "Can you believe this, Andrew?" We couldn't believe it. So we're gonna let's see. Before we do that, we're gonna be TL Stock $5. Happy birthday! Thank you, TL Stock.
Please subscribe to my YouTube if you want.
Andrew is one by one. He's gonna get you there, TL. So please, if you can go to that right there, youtube.com/Andrew Wheezy WIESE 9324, and please subscribe for free. That would be a great present for Andrew. Thank you very much. Now we're going to roll this and watch what happens, how a game ends on basically a play clock violation. If you could roll that, please.
Could have run them up easily.
And now what?
He's out.
They have called strike 3. Wow! This is.
I don't like this at all.
Let it roll and we'll discuss it.
Automatic strike 3 called with the bases loaded in a tie game in the bottom of the 9th. This is baseball in 2023.
So there you go, Andrew. So that's the whole thing. So we were, me and Bone Loads and Andrew, almost immediately when we started hearing about how this game ended, we were messaging each other right away. Like, can you believe this? Now, Bone Loads, how do you feel about a game ending like this, going to a game, whether or not, and it ending like this and possibly deciding a series?
Oh, it's terrible. I think that they should probably cut it off after the 7th inning. You know, I mean, keep it if you want to speed the game up, but yeah, it shouldn't be within the deciding moments of the game. No, yeah, I didn't like that at all, man.
All right, and now for Andrew's take, what did you think about this, bro, when you were watching it this weekend?
As you could see, I was shaking my head the whole video.
You do that all the time, though.
As I was a fan of this at the moment because it benefited the Red Sox if y'all were watching.
Okay.
It was a benefit to the Red Sox. But
Yeah.
what if that happens in a World Series game?
Right, and that's the
on.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. If you're on the good side of the call, you don't mind it. But like we were discussing, we don't want a World Series game or possibly advance into another series or any type of winning situation decided on an arbitrary kind of a strike three call that's based on kind of a time thing. So I like what Boneload suggested. Maybe kind of modify the rule later in the games. Fox 5 499 says, I've been to Fenway. There is no reason Sweet Caroline is playing 24 hours a day. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, they kind of do love that song a little too much out there in Fenway, don't they? I kind of agree with that. You just got a new subscriber, Andy from Ontario. It was great seeing seventh inning. Matthew agreed they should modify the rule to seventh inning. It was nice seeing Joe for a bit and Andy from Ontario on the Kevin Dombrowski show, which premiered on the Shuley Network earlier today. That was a lot of fun. Seeing Kevin attempting to check in with his Wi-Fi. He had the Wi-Fi alert going on too, Wi-Fi watch. But it was fun seeing him check in it. I know he's
I swallow cum.
Many of us are on Wi-Fi watch, so yeah. So I know he's looking forward to getting home next week, he said, and doing his show. But they're having fun discussing Clam Radio, and I thought I saw Gino in the chat, so that was a lot of fun. Clam Radio, there it is. So if you get a chance to check that out every day, literally, literally every day. Let's say also subscribe, Andrew. I'm impressed with your knowledge. Keep it up, and you've got a great team there. We thank you, TL Stock. Andrew is the lead anchor, dare I say, the sports director of the Shuley Network. He is the impetus. He is the reason we are here. Wi-Fi Watch knows no limits. That's right. No show limits. You're right. You're right, Andrew. I mean, you're right, Austin. Excuse me.
The amount of love here I'm getting, even if you're not a fan of sports, thank you, everyone. It means the world to me.
That's right, Andrew. Thank you, and we do appreciate that. Like Crovey Wade, and we're just tremendously flattered that you like to hang out with us because we understand that sports might not be everybody's thing, but we like to think that the way we just hang out like knuckleheads and talk about it like normal people is hopefully appealing to you, and we see that it is, and we appreciate you. My Lost Interest says Apple's new Wi-Fi watch. Yeah, right. No more Wi-Fi issues. Yeah, I was chasing Wi-Fi issues myself before the show started. So yeah, so we discussed we don't like games ending like that. Now I want to shout out our boy Austin, works behind the scenes. Shout out. He put this next story in the Discord under the sports area. He made me aware of it. Andrew, talk about this Orioles Pirates game that ended in the ninth inning in an odd way.
I think I saw this highlight, but I don't know about much of it. I gotta watch it.
Okay, well we'll watch it and we'll discuss. But essentially, it's the ninth inning. It's a spring training game, and someone makes a decision to continue the game. Go ahead and roll that, please.
Oh, is it where they played it without umpires?
Aldred gets the
Let's see.
He's going to earn his
Bingo.
save.
Got it.
Pirates have their
Oh, wait.
first three of the exhibition season. Away now.
Now listen.
This is. I wonder if Baltimore is asked to play a bottom of the ninth inning. The umpires didn't know about this. The umpires seem satisfied with ending the game about 150 years ago. Yeah,
They said we don't get paid for this shit.
What do you think? No. All right. Neil's getting it.
I got it.
Here.
That was great.
So there you go. So that's the essence of it. So once again, thanks Austin for putting that in the sports heads and in the sports feed in the Discord. Thanks for that, bro. So that was interesting. But that was another thing we started messaging about right away. And so the odd thing is that the Orioles wanted their pitcher, I guess, to get more work, right, Andrew?
Yeah.
So the Orioles were already losing the game. The other team had nothing to gain by taking the bottom of the ninth at bat other than to get more work in. Good for them. These new rules are insane. Yeah. I don't think it was necessarily a protest. We were discussing it. It was probably just the need to kind of get some extra pitching time for the pitchers, and because it's a training scenario, I guess it's like you said, they're only going to do 9 innings, and them umps are gone. So it was just kind of odd in the way that it played out when the sportscasters weren't aware of it, and apparently you could see there was some confusion. They just kind of walked off the field.
What just happened? I agree.
Yeah, that was weird part of it, right, Andrew?
Oh,
dude,
and I know a lot of you ain't fan of SmackDown right now. I know this is off the books. Cody Rhodes is
breaking news.
Gonna be at SmackDown tonight, so this will be interesting. First, face to face with Roman Reigns.
Oh boy!
At least he's still talking about sports and doesn't change topics like last night.
Oh my goodness, he had the topics going. Yeah, right. SmackDown. Yeah, Andrew's a big wrestling fan. We got some wrestling stories coming up in here, Andrew, that you sent me. We're going to cover them too. But let's see. Our next element here was Andrew. You put in an obituary picture in our SportsHead feed about this pitcher you want to talk about. If you could please bring that up. And Andrew, tell us about this pitcher who passed.
So Young, who was a former Mets pitcher. And,
there should be a pic if you hit view. There we are. Go ahead, Andrew.
And he died of a heart attack at age 31.
Now, you sent me this story. Are you familiar with this? Was this a player you were following?
No, I just saw it, and
just saw it in Yeah, it's of note, and it kind of goes along with some stories we've done in the past, Andrew. You and I and the team have had conversations about some of these athletes dying at these kind of like odd, inordinately young ages. And what is your take on that? Do you think there are a lot of more athletes are dying at a young age, Andrew?
Yes, because they're pushing themselves harder and harder and exert more energy, more and more, and only body could take so much, people.
Yeah, and some people like to connect it with some of the things that are going on health-wise in society and all. And do you believe that there's any connection? You think it's just because they're pushing themselves too hard, huh?
Look at DeMar Hamlin. I totally think it's because of the vaccine.
Because he burped?
I think there's a rise in non-athletes also that's having the same issues.
Think what you want to think, but I totally stand by 100%. The vaccines were to blame for DeMar Hamlin's heart attack.
Oh boy!
100%.
Well, the opinions expressed by Andrew are only those in you and not those of the Chili Network. That's it.
The same stance as Lenny Dykstra.
Scott, I want Scott to finish up his point because I think I kind of see a similar thing, Scott. You were saying that you're seeing not just athletes but younger people in general, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you just said the vaccine will make
you gay. I don't know if you get in trouble. I don't know if you get in trouble, but my mind automatically went to vaccine and guinea pigs and people, human guinea pigs.
Yeah, well, that notwithstanding, it does seem that there's a lot of younger people. So we were sorry to hear that man died at such a young age, and that's a story that Andrew wanted to share with you. All right, so Andrew, let's we can go to the next story, please. Let's see. We have we got a Mookie Betts video. I thought you'd like to see this, Andrew. If you can roll this one.
2-0 pitch. And Mookie hammers one deep to left field, and he's let off the game with a home run. Mookie Betts. It's 1-0 Dodgers.
I've always been a Mookie Betts fan, even though he's.
I don't want to say so, but I believe we mentioned the fact that Andrew Haney, only 3 pitchers gave up.
Now, Mookie Betts, tell everybody why you're familiar with Mookie Betts, Andrew.
Red Sox.
Red Sox. You're a big Red Sox fan.
I disagreed the way they let him go. They could have let someone else go with that deal, but why Mookie? Why? Why?
You don't know how many nights I've gone to sleep saying the same thing, Andrew. Why, Mookie? Why? Yeah, Mookie Betts was in our division. I'm an Orioles fan, and he was an Oriole killer. I think he had like 4 home runs in one game against us. I couldn't stand seeing Mookie Betts, so I was happy to see him not be in our division anymore, Andrew.
But it happened with the Brewers as well with Prince Fielder, but look what ended up happening with him. He had to retire because of neck surgery.
Yeah, too many problems with that. Hey, Stormy, what's going on in the chat there tonight? Anything good happen? Any old friends in there?
Yeah, we've got some comments about the MLC episode today. And then we've got a Saint Ranger who says,
"Hi, everybody. This is always a nice crowd to hang out with. Thank you, Saint Ranger. We see you in many of the chats. I feel like we're all family and chat friends and family. Very familiar. That's cool. We're happy everybody
got back to show network is disappearing on us.
There you go.
Fox 5 $4.99. Mookie could have had his number retired at the Red Sox. What do you think about that, Andrew? Fox 5 $4.99. Thank you.
100%.
Yeah, like I said,
he would have been the greatest Red Sox player of all time if they would have kept him.
I tend to agree with that based on what I saw him do against us. All right, Andrew, we're going to switch gears a little bit to the NFL. We got some NFL free agency we can talk about. If we can bring up that next article, please. Let's see. What about Derek Carr, Andrew? Where do you think Derek Carr might likely land? He's a big hot free agent.
100% the Saints, because they need him. They need him more than any other team
I was hearing that
in the league.
Okay. I have in the article here, it says in free agent, it says quarterback Derek Carr met with the Panthers owner David Tepper at the scouting combine in Indianapolis on Tuesday. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reports per a source. So I believe there's a lot of teams. What do you think about the possibility of him in Carolina with Frank Reich, Andrew?
Any team with Derek Carr would be better.
I agree, and we discussed last week. I think he's got a couple of years in the tank. What do you think, Scott?
Yeah, I believe so too. I remember when he was drafted, I was wanting the Broncos to draft him. I've always been a fan of his.
Yeah, and I think Bone Load said as much last week that you're kind of a Derek Carr fan too, right, Bones?
Oh yeah, no, he can definitely get it done if he's got a good team around him. That's why I'm kind of surprised he wants to go to Carolina. I think he would want to go to like a more ready to win team. And I also heard New Orleans is like a wild card too, Andrew. So I think that's getting a lot of momentum. He could end up anywhere.
I think Green Bay needs to get rid of Rodgers and then go after him.
Yeah,
that's an interesting
he can go to
scenario.
Seattle, he can end up in New York. There's a lot of places that are going to be willing to have him.
Matthew McKeel, $2. Andrew, thoughts on Bret Hart, best wrestler? ?
Ooh.
Ric Flair is the greatest of all time. I don't care what anyone says. Ric Flair is the best. 60. Cena is a close second, but Ric Flair is the greatest of all time.
There's your answer. Ric Flair. Bret Hart's definitely up there. But just continuing on with the Aaron Rodgers story real quick. It says Aaron Rodgers spoke following the completion of his darkness retreat and indicated he'll have an answer on his future soon. And it says in quotes, for everybody involved directly, indirectly, it's best for a decision earlier. So what do you think about that whole dark retreat? We talked about that a couple weeks, Andrew.
Hurry up, you gay-ass motherfucker.
Once again, the opinions expressed by Andrew are only those of Andrew and not those of the SportsHeads or the Shuley Network. But Andrew, don't hold back now. Tell us what you really think about Aaron Rodgers.
No, don't pull a Brett Favre and make us wait. I'm giving him till August, and then I'm done with him.
That's it. You heard it, Aaron. And he's cutting you off after August. Andrew's cutting you off, bro. So you better make a decision by then.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like I keep hanging up on hope with him, but he like keeps monkeying around like Favre did.
Yeah, he is kind of dragging it out, and I think he might be kind of messing with them because they kind of messed with him by telling him they weren't going to draft a quarterback, and they drafted Jordan Love, right?
Yeah,
Andrew, relax. Remember,
that's why I said what I said. Cause stop messing with us, or I'm just done.
Yeah, I see Bone Load. You're indicating with the thumbs out. What's your take on that, Aaron? That Aaron Rodgers?
It just took me. I liked what Scott said. He said the Aaron Rodgers did. Relax. But I think Aaron Rodgers, they're gonna hate him, and then 10 years down the road, they'll be grateful that he got him a ring. But it's gonna be a messy divorce. They're gonna hate him, and I think he'll do the right thing though, and he'll be gone way before August. Andrew, I think probably May or June, maybe even the draft. I think maybe April draft day, they could probably swing a deal. So I think he's going to do right by the fans and, by the city, the Green Bay or the organization. And I think he'll get out of there as soon as possible. And he'll try to make it as least messy as possible on his end.
Yeah, I agree with Andrew. He probably should just get out of the way for the sake of all parties. Hey, Crow v. Wade, $4.99. This is the most wholesome Shuley Network show. I love it. No urge to troll. Well, thank you, Crow v. Wade. We noticed you having fun with us last week, and we appreciate you just liking hanging out. What do you got? Stormy's flashing the bird shirt.
Birds all over it.
Uh-oh. Oh, she's showing the bird love. Look at this. Stormy said last week, we love all birds here. We're not like Bob Levy, We love all the birds. No bird judgment zone here. Oh, there he is. There he is. That was great. All right. All right, Andrew. So that was that was kind of the NFL stuff we wanted to talk about. All right, our next story involves a story probably everybody heard about during the week and probably were like, what? Andrew, I'm going to trigger you. Tom Brady and comedy. Go.
Judging by his comedy skills, he would be the worst comedy person ever. He would be worse than one arm full blindfolded. Stick to the NFL job, you idiot.
Another hot take by Andrew. So for those of you who may not have heard this story rumbling around this week, there were rumblings that Tom Brady reportedly considering a career in stand-up comedy. And I know I've seen various shows and comedians discussing this, like, right, kind of like what Andrew said, like, just stick to what you're kind of good at, stay in your lane kind of thing. But I understand it had to do with that 80 for Brady movie that he did. Hey, Andrew, that's your favorite movie, right? That 80 for Brady?
I am yet to see it.
Come on now. I don't know. That's not what you told me. But yeah, he was in that 80 for Brady movie, and apparently that inspired some of this. But I think it's just going to be, it has to do with a roast situation. I don't think it's his career. But Andrew, tell everybody what Tom Brady's next job will be.
He will be playing, be the lead analyst for Fox.
That's right. And tell him the terms of the contract, because I know you remember.
10 years, 375 million.
Boom, there you go. That's off the dome, Andrew. That's right, Andrew.
Hey, Bobby Fran?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't know a whole lot about football. Which one of these guys is Tom Brady?
Neither of those gentlemen. That was just a video article that happened to be accompanying that. Let's see.
That took me a second. I'm going to way over it.
Let's see. Fox Fight, $4.99. You can't have success then comedy. You have to have comedy and then success. Fox Fight, $4.99. There you go. Thank you.
It's so unfair, right? It's like if he becomes a successful stand-up comedian, he's officially God. Like he's going to surpass Bob Levy on the coolest guy in the world. Like it's going to be like Tom Brady #1, then Bob #2 after that.
I'm Bob, so you don't have to. That man is gold. I mean, that's one of the funniest and the most interesting things about listening to Bob is that when you go try to back and review a show that he did, you could not possibly retain every line that he spit out, like last night on Out of the Coffin. I mean, it's just gold, everything he says. And yes, I'm biased, but I don't care. Okay, Joe, I thank you for the message in the private chat. So, Andrew, when you started, I should say, I shouldn't do we because I'm not French. When you started on the Shuley Network all those years ago, you had a friend in sports, and what was his name?
Trey,
and Trey is our guest tonight, and let's bring him in. He has his own podcast called The Main Entree. Let's say hello to Trey Campbell. Let's bring him in. Come on, Internet, you can do it. Time for another Wi-Fi watch.
I swallow cum.
Come on, Trey. Come on, Internet connection. You can do it. You can do it. All right. We'll put him backstage and we'll wait for that. But yes, I see. Oh, let me see. I'm getting a message. Getting a message from my friend Trey. And what does he say? My phone isn't great on StreamYard. I'll be home, then I'll jump in. All right, well, thank you, Trey. He just sent me a private message. He's trying to get in before he got home, but we'll wait for you. We're still having fun here tonight on episode 5 of the Sports Heads, just hanging out with friends. Everybody got their drink and their smoke. You got a little something. Got a nice comfy chair. Just hanging out on a Friday night. It's kind of dreary and cold here where I'm at on the East Coast, so I'm happy to be with y'all. Out of the Coffin notes are the hardest to do. Oh my goodness. If that's your job or anybody's job, I don't envy that, bro. Try it. Yes, notes and what show did Bob say, what comment, and that Reverend Bob Levy tweets on Twitter. Good luck with trying to keep them up. He had one about a Puerto Rican woman last night. Let's just say that one about the Puerto Rican women kind of stuck in my head. If you know, you know. Let's see. That should be one of them. What's up with that guy at the top right? The top right. Let's see.
Scotty.
What is up with that guy at the top right? This is our boy Scott. He's like a Denver Broncos fan. He's a fan of ours. He likes sports. He likes comedy. He likes meeting girls. He likes meeting guys. He likes hanging out with people. No, Fox 5, $4.99. I'm still waiting for barbed wire wrestling. Oh my goodness, Fox 5, $4.99.
Great idea.
You'll see that on Sunday.
On what, Andrew? Tell us. Where are we going to see some barbed wire wrestling?
Texas Death Match, baby.
Texas Death Match? And where's that going to be on, Andrew?
AEW Sunday.
AEW Sunday. Yeah, there's tell everybody about the pay-per-view happening this weekend and a couple of matches you're looking forward to.
AEW is having a pay-per-view. It's called Revolution. It's March 5th, which is Sunday. 2 of the matches I'm looking forward to. Bryan Danielson versus MJF, 60-minute Iron Man match. I can tell right now it's going to be match of the year already. 2023. Put it in writing, match of the year already. I don't even have to say anything more. And Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page in that Texas death match.
Matthew McKeel says $2. Come on, Andrew. No love for the Hitman, for Bret the Hitman Hart. LOL. Thank you, Matthew.
He did. He uses the best submission hold in the business. And isn't that Natalia's great uncle?
The sharpshooter. Yeah.
But
go ahead.
I'm trying to think. Isn't Natalia related?
Yeah, we've tried to figure out this whole family tree and throughout time. Yeah, she's a heart. She's like a niece or something. But yeah. So for those who are asking about Scott, like I said, he's our friend. He's one of our sports heads. We like to hang out and do a couple different podcasts. And last week, our friend My Lost Interest said, "Hey Scott, what do you pull something out of that drawer? Pull something random out of that drawer." And we kind of like that idea. So Scott has his drawer filled up with all kind of random items because he's like a prop master. He'll pull shit out on at the spot when we bring stuff up. What's that, brother?
Stuff. It's my actual stuff.
That's right. These are not. They're not bought for a gag. These are actual items owned by an actual dude. And so if you're kind of interested, maybe we can get some super chat love and see we can see if there's something good or embarrassing in there or something. I don't know. We're going to play What's in Scott's Drawer. So we'll have to play that coming up. Bing. That's right. Bing. Look at it. Ooh, he's tempting. And I understand, Scott, there are things in multiple drawers, right?
Yeah, I go for one.
All right. So drawer number 1, drawer number 2. So we'll have to see as the show goes on what kind of things we can discover in there, embarrassing or otherwise. All right. Let's see. In our next story, we're going to talk about another NFL story. Meat Truck Mike says, "I'm here and I'm a huge fan. Thank you, Meat Truck Mike." Beam, indeed. Beam, indeed. All right. Let's see. Okay. The next story that we were going to discuss, Andrew, you sent me this one, is Leonard Fournette being released by the Bucks. Go ahead and take that one.
Leonard Fournette is being released by the Bucks, and he was a contributing figure in their Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was. He was a good running back. What I like about Leonard Fournette's story is that he was a Jacksonville Jaguar the year before the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady, and he was literally released very late in camp. Andrew, if you remember right, he was released late, and I didn't think he was going to pick up on another team, and I was really happy for him. And not only for being released so late in camp, he got picked up by the Bucks and won a Super Bowl. So it went from like what looked like a dire situation where he might not end up with a team. He ended up winning the Super Bowl. So I think that's a great story.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, let's see. Saint Ranger, $5, says, "In 1968, I was at a wrestling match. I got boxer Rocky Marciano's autograph. Rocky was the referee for the main event at a death match." Saint Ranger, $5. Thank you. That's a cool story.
Well, I've heard of that.
Hey,
I heard of that. Yeah. Sorry, I heard of that. Yeah, that was a really good match. I can't remember who was in it, but I heard that story too.
That's a cool story. That's a real cool story. I must confess, boxing, I fell down a Mike Tyson rabbit hole on YouTube recently. I got caught up where years ago he used to have like these 1-round knockout fights, right? You remember some of those, Scott? You remember any of those Tyson fights?
People would spend all that money on it and it'd be 15-second fights.
Thank you, bro. You hit on the exact point that I was going to make, and that we would gather as a group so many times and drop down to $50-$60 for this pay-per-view. It would take us more time to plan the event, get the food and the drinks. I literally remember being in a kitchen, didn't even get to sit on my ass yet, and the fight was over, bro. That $50 evaporated. That's how those fights were back in that day. It was amazing how many times Mike Tyson got us. But I suggest anybody, if you ever curious about the history of Mike Tyson, you can find all those fights on YouTube, and they're a lot of fun. He's a master. Andrew, have you ever seen many Mike Tyson fights?
No, I haven't.
Well, he was something, and it's
yeah.
What's that, Bones? Go ahead. What's your experience with Mike? Remember Mike Tyson?
I mean, pretty much, yeah. Same as I was really young when he was. Yeah.
I just know of him because he was in with Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels when he knocked out Shawn Michaels.
Nice.
Mania 13, I believe it was.
Yeah, Mike Tyson was in the thick of those WrestleMania matches back in them days. So I guess that's what I was thinking of when Saint Ranger talked about his Rocky Marciano story. I was kind of making those connections between King of all dabblers, 2 Tysons told my truck. I see that. I'd say Matthew McKeel says, "Don't blink with Tyson." Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly how it was.
Who was it?
Fox 5.
Like nothing you've ever seen before, Andrew. Like nothing you've ever seen before. You got to check out his footage, man.
I'm glad you agree. I agree with that. Fox 5, $4.99. I was at night school wrestling match in Fredericksburg, Virginia, that had Rick Steiner. Scott showed up. Okay, the Steiner brothers. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they were a hell of a tag team. They were all American. They were the real deal. I was always fascinated when those real wrestlers would try to make the conversion to WWE when you knew them as amateurs. Do you like the Steiner brothers?
Call me crazy, but
all right, crazy.
Does anyone know of a wrestling school that I can get into?
Let me see. I'm going to start looking that up. Let me see.
Like
wrestling
school,
wheelchair.
Probably not anything that's regionally accredited or anything like that. No.
Wheelchair and wrestling. I'm sorry, Andrew. Nothing's coming up, bro.
What are you gonna do? Bump into each other with wheelchairs?
I was gonna say no, bro, but I'd pay a lot of money to see that shit, though. Let me tell you.
I have a friend actually that's in wrestling that says I have a good talking voice. If I could work on my mic skills, I would be good in wrestling.
I don't doubt that because your mic skills have improved tremendously in the time that we knew you. But we've talked about you possibly wrestling before in the past, Andrew. And what did we say that maybe they could put you in a ring and you guys could be in your chairs and pin each other in the corner? that would count as the pin, right?
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah, right. So you never know. You might have to start up. You might have to start up your own wheelchair wrestling league, Andrew. If there's nothing for you, you have to invent it yourself, bro. Let's see. Rev Bob Levy quotes: "Ray is playing GI Joes." I love Rev Bob Levy quotes. I see them. Yeah, shout out. Bob's Ghost. Ray said he'd be on today. You're off by 1 week. Ray was on last week. Let's see. This show is fun. Thank you, Rev Bob Levy quotes. I was just getting ready to share the compliment with you because I really enjoy your quotes, and I hope you got that one about the Puerto Rican ladies. Let me just tell you that. I was going to message you and say, please tell me you have the one about the Puerto Rican ladies. Fox Fife, $1.99. No big pop-up pump for wrestling champions. Okay.
I have to say, my heartthrob wrestling person right now is Liv Morgan.
I thought you were going to say Roman Reigns.
No, Liv Morgan. I love her to death.
Liv Morgan's your girl right now, huh?
Yeah.
Chris Abels is in the chat.
Chris,
let's bring our boy Chris Abels up if we can. Chris Abels says, sign up for my wrestler school, Andrew. We take body slams literally. See? Chris Abels got you covered. He'll teach you how to wrestle. He'll throw you around.
It only costs $100,000 a year.
But because I really want to be a manager, like Paul Bear was to The Undertaker.
You got a name?
I know you
I
did.
like that idea.
I like that too. I'd love to see Andrew roll into a place and have a little gimmick going on and bring his wrestler in and talk shit. That would be amazing, Andrew. That would be amazing. I agree with that. All right. Andrew, I'm not sure if you heard about this, but I'm guessing you might have. If we can go to the next story about Alabama's reaction to Brandon Miller's pregame show introduction shows true priorities. Are you familiar with an Alabama basketball player who was charged in a shooting crime, and he has this introduction where they're like mocking gunfire. Have you heard about this story, Andrew?
No, I wish I did though. It sounds fucked up.
Okay, well after this commercial rolls, maybe if we can run in the Ryan Hennessy tweet below that. It says Brandon Miller being introduced during starting, and you'll see him do like gun shooting gestures. His teammate will do it. Patting him down. Okay, this is the pat down. That's the pat down. The other one, I have another story like this that is the gun, so that's the one I was confusing. Thank you, Joe. That was the pat down. So basically, I think this young man was involved with a crime, connected to a crime that had weapons charges. and the fans and the spectators involved feel that this pat down was a mocking and kind of making fun of or making light of a situation that involved a gun crime. So what do you think about that, Andrew, about someone who's possibly connected with a gun crime mocking it during their pregame introduction?
It's disgusting. I don't like it.
Yeah. That's what some people were saying. They said that there was a backlash, and people were saying that the Alabama was tone deaf because they allowed this introduction to go on. But at the press conference after the game, the head coach, he said that he doesn't really follow introductions. He doesn't really worry about them. But now that it's brought to his attention, he will assure people that it will never happen again. So, what do you think, Bono? It's kind of, you think it's, I don't know, it might be in bad taste. What's your point on this?
No. Totally, yeah. Just you and Andrew said, totally in poor taste. It's extremely inappropriate. I think he sold a guy a gun, and the gun used someone like that's. He's just lucky to even still be playing. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know exactly the details, but I think he was something like he sold a guy a gun, or he was involved. And it was used. So yeah, completely inappropriate. Yeah, totally. Just bad taste.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I included the story. It might have been a late addition, but the story that I was also referring to, but there was also one where an actual guy they do mocking pistols at each other. And this is another young man that was connected to a gun crime. So it seems like I just noticed a little trend out of those two, a sudden rash of these young men involved in gun crimes and making it part of their intro. Go ahead, Andrew.
I would go as far as to kick the kid off the team.
Well, I'm sure that's going to be have to be part of the discussion going forward. Tom C says he's connected to a murder with a firearm used. Thank you, Tom C. Yeah, and so that's where the controversy is, in that was it an innocent thing where these guys are always kind of doing these gestures, or are they playing up on this? And if they do, I kind of believe it's in poor taste too.
Makes them gives you that feel like they think they're becoming above the law.
Oh yeah, well, it shows lack of remorse. Yeah, totally.
Yep, lack of remorse, and it does seem to be like they're mocking the police or the authorities or the entire situation, to making light of it. Chris Abels, $4.99. Suns out, guns out. Chris Abels, $4.99. Thank you. You know what Andrew likes to say? He likes to say,
"Welcome to the gun show."
Yeah. Welcome to the gun show. There he is. There's them guns. Put them up, Andrew. The double gun man.
Welcome to the gun show.
Thanks, Chris Abel. Sun's out and the guns are out.
I don't have my screen right, but I was showing them for y'all.
That's cool. We saw them. We got what you were doing. All right.
Solid.
While we wait, hopefully our guest Trey will join us soon. We're looking forward to that reunion with Trey, original Shoes team member. But until we do, we're going to go ahead to story number 10, element number 10, please, if we can, Joe. And Andrew, this is a wrestling story you sent me about Vicky Guerrero. Go ahead and talk about what's going on with this.
Vicky Guerrero is not going to renew her contract with AEW. So, my question to you is, will we see a reunion in WWE?
Let's see. That seems to be like the tide, Andrew, is that the AEW people, if they're still interested in the business, that's where they're going to go, and vice versa. The WWE people that aren't happy are going to go over there. So she's been she's the former ex-wife of Eddie Guerrero, who passed. So she's been deep in the wrestling game for many years. So I'm not sure if she still wants to be in it or not. But I think if she does, Andrew, she'll likely end up back at the WWE. You think that has to do with Triple H being kind of the president now, Andrew?
Yes. Isn't Vicky Guerrero remarried?
I don't know her marital status right now, Andrew, but maybe you can DM her later. No, I don't know, but
no,
but
not as a disgusting person or anything, but I've heard she's remarried.
Yeah, she may have. Her ex-husband died many years ago. No, Ray tonight. He got a new G.I. Joe action figure. Oh, nah, come on. Yep. Hey, Ray, and he He had the collectibles last week. Go ahead, Boneloads.
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. Andrew's like, yeah, sure. Her DMs. I already tried. Her DMs aren't open.
There you go. Okay, that's why he was like, no, we're not doing that. Yeah.
Too old.
My bad, BF.
No problem.
Too old for me.
Stephen C. says that it's no wonder Eddie died. Oh my God. And that voice, how about that? That voice. Can you do the excuse me, Andrew? Can you do her excuse me?
Excuse me!
Come on, she does it a couple times.
Excuse me!
There's Andrew.
Excuse me!
That's the Vicky Guerrero excuse me. That's her trademark. That's her saying, yeah, so that might be coming back to the WWE really soon. We'll have to see, Andrew. All right. And we have another story about, we can go to the next story, please. I know this is My Lost Interest favorite segment. Shout out My Lost Interest. Andrew, you sent me this story about Jon Moxley and talking about the amount of blood in wrestling nowadays and basically how much blood is too much blood. So what is your take on, they also call it color. Like when you see a lot of color in a match, it means that they're going to bleed. So, and what do you think about this article and color in general, Andrew?
Every fucking match I see with Moxley, he bleeds. It's becoming inappropriate, and he should only bleed in big pay-per-view matches like the one Sunday. He should only reserve color for those matches and those matches only. He doesn't need color every fucking match. It's becoming annoying.
I tend to agree with you, Andrew. I'm a longtime wrestling fan, and I've never been really impressed by the color or the blood matches. I've never needed that to like kind of sell it when you kind of know what it already is, and it's definitely been overdone. They do it a lot, and I agree. These people, if the
or is it just me?
What's that?
Look, what is happening?
He's got color. Oh, I just got done telling you I don't like color. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing over there, Scott? I told you I don't like color, you son of a bitch. What are you doing? What the hell? See, like we said, even whether it be podcast or wrestling, the colors just kind of. But look at this shit. This boy, look at this guy. Is this not dedication to the podcast game? This man is bringing the color. He's bringing the color to the SportsHeads, episode 5 on the Shuli Network. We hope you're having a good time tonight. We appreciate Scott. Like I said.
Do you agree with that? It's becoming just his credibility for blood is becoming overboard.
Yeah, like I said, I'll go back to before we got that was a great thing, Scott. Thanks for that. And this is what Scott brings every week. You know, I'm sitting here doing the show. We don't plan any of this. We plan what we're going to talk about loosely, but Scott doesn't tell me, hey, and at this point, I'm going to like mess you up, Bob, by coming on the screen all bloody and shit. You know, like I appreciate that, Scott. That's a way to bring it. That's some funny shit, man. So I talked about color and he brought it. So that's what we like about Scott. But yeah, I'm not a big fan, Andrew, of the blood matches. When I was younger, they used to bleed on the magazine covers a lot to try to sell them, and I was never impressed. Go ahead.
I think they should outlaw blood in wrestling completely. There's no need for it.
Yeah, it's a little overdone.
Wings. How do you
what's
feel
that,
about
Scott?
that? How do you feel about getting your Red Wings, Andrew?
Like, I like what WWE is doing. They outlaw.
Right.
I
don't think he got it.
Nope.
Right.
Red Wings.
Red Wings.
Detroit.
We'll talk about it after the show. Yeah, and it doesn't have nothing to do with the hockey team, right? I'm Bob, so you don't have to.
I like what WWE has done. They totally outlawed blood.
Yeah, they got away from it. Yeah, and the AEW is kind of using it as kind of going old school. But I tend to agree with you that it's kind of overboard. Boneloads, do you watch it a lot? Do you have an opinion on like the too much blood or not? See, your signal might have froze just as I asked you.
I swallow cum.
You're gonna get great use out of that. But as far as the blood goes in wrestling matches, Bone Loads, do you like a lot of blood when you?
Okay. It's a little graphic. It's a little gnarly. If there's little kids in the crowd, it could probably turn you off. I kind of see what Andrew means. Maybe save it for pay-per-view.
Or podcast.
That way it's not so it adds more prestige too. It's not, it's a everyday thing. When you see blood, you're like, oh fuck, he fucked him up, dude.
Yeah, and right. Sometimes the amount of blood it doesn't equate to the amount of violence that was going on. My Lost Interest says back just in time for exciting wrestling news. That's what Lost. You have that timing, bro. He is in many of our chats, and we love the back and forth about our his fandom or lack thereof of wrestling, and he always tends to show up at the shows right when we're talking about wrestling. So I think, like I said, I think he's a closet wrestling fan, and we're kind of drawing him out slowly but surely. We've exposed him for the wrestling fan that he actually is. All right, yeah. So we're not a big fan of the blood, but I guess that's going to continue for the sake of ratings. That's going to continue. All right. Well, we hope our guest Trey is okay and that he joins us soon. But we're gonna roll a couple videos here while we wait for him. You're enjoying episode 5 of the Sports Heads here on the Shuley Network. We want to thank Shuley and everybody for having us, and Joe for working behind the scenes. We're having a great time being a little part of this. And if you're familiar with the other programs on the Shuley Network, you have heard that the Uncle Rico show is just announced. It's going to be occurring live. A stand-up comedy / Uncle Rico show in Pottstown, PA. They're going to have Chad Zumock in a dunk tank, I understand, from what I understand. And there's the web address right there, souljoels.com/shop/tickets/underrico/. Or you can go to Shuley Agar. That's where I got my link from when I went to Shuley Agar's Facebook today, and I clicked on the link in his page, and I got my tickets already. You're looking at a paid customer. It's about a 2-hour drive for me, so I will be there, and I hopefully to see Austin and hopefully see all the guys behind the scenes that make it there. I'm really looking forward to it. Be there, mothers.
Chat me during that.
Can I what?
Video chat me during that.
Video chat you? Yeah, maybe we'll make some friends. We'll rub some virtual elbows or something. I'll hold up the camera and we'll let you talk to some people. Sam Adams, beer, our old friend. We used to see him. Andrew, screw me over on the Dolphins Super Bowl pick, but I still respect his advice. Sam Adams, $2. Thank you. Yes, Sam Adams was a fan of ours and will be in our chats even prior to us being part of the Shuley Network, and we appreciate it. And I do remember him asking for Super Bowl predictions, Andrew, so you're getting called out on your Dolphins pick there, bro. What do you think about that? You going to pay him back his losses?
I'll take you to lunch. Come to Wisconsin and we'll go to lunch together.
There you go. Buy your cheese sandwich. I can't wait to meet you in person, Austin. Austin's a great dude. He's one of my first early friends from this chat family, and I love looking at his music selections in the Discord. We always had a lot of fun exchanging music and memories and stuff like that. I'm really looking forward to meeting as many people as I can up there. So, yeah, check that out. And also, once again, we want to a lot of this stuff. Yes.
I'll have to talk to Truly about doing a show down here one of these days.
One of these good old days. Yeah. Well, if you can't get to a show and if you want to see a lot of this action going on, you can go where you are right now, youtube.com/the Shuley Network, and you'll notice there's a little join thing under there, and you can hit join, and you can join the Shuley Network and get a lot of additional content, all the Patreon content. If you're better at Patreon than you are, or YouTube than you are Patreon, you just click on that to join. You get nice little icons to use and things, and make your name color different, and a lot of exclusive membership exclusives. So check that out. Just hit that little join thing and do it. Hoo-ha. And yes, Andrew.
To take up some time here, there are rumors that Dominic and Rey Mysterio will have a match at WrestleMania 39. This is going to be a very interesting storyline, because in the storyline, Rey Mysterio vowed to never fight Dominic Mysterio.
Okay, so tell everybody the significance of the Mysterio. Tell them how they're related, Andrew, for those who don't know.
Father and son.
Right. So Dominic is Rey Mysterio's son. Rey Mysterio is a little smaller of stature wrestler. He races in a luchador mask. So basically, Andrew told me to go fuck myself. Hey, he offered you lunch. He'll buy you a cheese sandwich if you come to Wisconsin, Sam. So I think that's as best we're going to get you tonight, bro. But it might be time to play what's. I'm curious about what's going on in your drawers there, Scott. What's in Scott's drawers tonight? I wonder if people are curious what's going on in there. Oh, not those drawers. The ones behind you. We can't do that. It's a family show, damn it. Remember Crow v. Wade said we're wholesome? We gotta keep that up, bro. Not those drawers. We got those. So I know My Lost Interest is back in the chat. He had you pull out something last week, but you got all kind of actual owned items in there. So if people want to see what he pulled out of drawer, we gotta give Scott a little bit of encouragement. Give him a little super chat love, and maybe or see if we can motivate him to pull something wild out. And he's gonna have to explain to us why he has that thing and where he put it last or something like that. So we'll have to see. All right.
My predictions is a ham sandwich in both his drawer and his drawers.
Ham sandwiches everywhere, huh? Stuffing ham sandwiches in your pants, just pull them out at random.
Pickle loaf.
Pickle loaf. Stephen C says Scotty. Sam Adams says Bruins are the GOAT team of all time. All that matters. Yeah, they're one of the original teams.
Love that beer.
Bia. We appreciate Bia being here. All right. Let's see. We could play next for you while we're waiting for our friend.
I think you scarred lost grandkids, though. They didn't know what all that red stuff was, he said.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just wrestling.
Didn't know what?
What you had all over your face.
I do have some fan feedback while we're waiting, if anyone wants to hear about it.
Yes, right after this question. Yeah, what's that say? With My Lost Interest one more time? Yes. My Lost Interest, grandkids want to know what's wrong with Scott. We all want to know that. What's your fan feedback, Boneloads? What you got, bro?
One of my friends said that we look like a drug rehab meeting on Zoom.
What are
And
you?
then one of my
You look like a Wi-Fi A-Fake.
Yeah. One of my friends said that guy Andrew is high out of his mind.
I love this fan feedback. That's funny.
What are you?
Yeah. And then they really liked the Tom Brady Expos thing. That was like a big bomb drop, dude. Multiple people text me like raving about that. So
I heard that, Joe, and the answer is yes. Yeah, no, that was a great fact. And right off the dome, Andrew, like he always tends to do. Last week, we're just having a show, going through our regular course of things, and Andrew drops a nugget of knowledge on us. For those of you who weren't with us last week, Andrew, tell us about Tom Brady and the significance of what we talked about last week.
Tom Brady was the last Expos player to ever be drafted by the Expos.
How about that? Now, so for those of you who might not understand the significance of that, the Montreal Expos were a baseball team. They eventually moved and become Washington. Right? They moved to Washington. They become the Nationals. What do you got? Oh, more baseball cards. There you go, Scott, with the baseball cards.
Tim Raines.
Which one? Tom Brady.
Tim Raines playing for the Expos.
Oh shit!
Say that again, Joe.
Remember Tim Raines?
I said, which one of those guys?
Tim Raines.
Brady?
Tom Brady. I know. Yeah, he's not pumping up Tom Brady yet. Yeah, I'm talking about Tom Brady right now. But at any rate, so that was an interesting fact. And like people said in the chat, I get all my sports news from Andrew, and that's just another example of that. And that I wasn't aware that Tom Brady. I knew that he was a baseball player, but I had no idea what team drafted him, and that person was the last person that still existed in professional sports. Happy birthday, Andrew, from that lady. Thank you, that lady. So here, Tom Brady is a multiple Super Bowl champion. People know him to be this football star. And Andrew just slips out in the middle of our show last week. Hey, by the way, did you fools know that he was the last Montreal Expo baseball player to be drafted that was still playing to finally retire? And that franchise has been long gone. So that's just one of the many facts that Andrew will educate you with every week here on the SportsHeads. That was great
you
shit.
tell your friends about it. Yeah.
Gino says, yo, Fran, what's up? Gino Bisconte, thank you. I heard you said that you've watched the Sports Heads. We had fun with you when you were a guest on the Rob Saul show, bro. So it's good to see you, bro. Thank you. See it in the chat. Good to see you.
What's up, Gino?
I think
Clam Radio.
Clam Radio, exactly.
Clam Radio.
Clam Radio, Spam Radio, all of it.
Subscribe to my channel.
Oh, Gino. You got called out by Andrew, Gino. You have to go. If we could put that up, please, Joe. Put up Andrew's. You got to go there, Gino. If you're a real Andrew fan, you got to show your love. Please subscribe to Andrew's YouTube page.
Already did.
I thought you were calling him out.
I think Gino already did.
I know you're watching, too. You're keeping a head count. My man, Hells, yeah. What's up? I saw you say that this morning, Gino. As soon as one of the first times Joe dropped it in, I saw you right in the chat saying that shit. Daddy wants to get paid, so I'd to see if Daddy can get some money for that. Glad you joined us tonight, bro. Funny stuff, St. Ranger says. Gino, let's see. Gino, hope you are well. TL Stock says. That's cool. We love the love. We love the chat love, and we appreciate the love from Gino and from other shows here. We're on episode 5. We are having fun just talking, and as we wait our guest out, I got let's see, let's play a little video here. I had a couple videos, but we'll kill some time. Gino says, Jesus Christ, let me see if I could find that address. I will follow at Andrew. Love you, pal. Great show, guys. Thanks, Gino. We appreciate you, dude. You can catch Gino Bisconte every afternoon at compoundmedia.com. You can sign up there. That's where you can catch Gino. I love your guys in the dump. I love Garrett and Steve. I love watching them all have a bunch of fun. And then you come in and add to it. And then Anthony comes in at the end. It's like a whole continuous party over there. So glad you're here, bro. All right. If we can show, let's see if we can show element number 12, please, Joe. Kathy Linder. That's my sister. Shout out, sister. $10. Brother Bob and family doing a good job. There's a kiss and an applause. Thank you, Kathy Linder, $10. Thank you, my big sister. All right, if we could roll this, please. Now, you have to look closely. This was a halftime activity during a basketball game. They're doing the Frisbee dog thing, and the dog has an idea of when the show should really be over. If you can go ahead and roll that, Joe. You're not going to be able to see it up close, but basically he starts dropping a deuce. He's supposed to be running for the Frisbee, but he drops a deuce. She's horrified and goes and picks him up. But by then, the brown shark is already on the floor. We can do that one more time. I don't know. No, you're never going to see it, but that's kind of what it was. And that's why she picks him up.
Did she pick up the doo-doo?
No, dude. She picked up the dog out of horror. I think she thought she was going to catch it, and I think it dropped it anyway. So I thought that was funny. So the caption on that was about it's been a shitty season for Louisville. So I guess that's quite literal. Let's see. Quite literal. All right.
The shitty season.
The shitty season.
Look at what Just a Dabbler said.
Oh, just a dab. Soft serve. Soft serve. Yeah. Some of them ones you can't pick up, right? Just a dab. You can't always put them in a bag.
Surely, if you're seeing this, I know this is a sports show. You promised me a few things.
Oh, shit.
We'll discuss that later, but you owe me a few promises.
So apparently a show on the network, Shuli, isn't enough. Andrew's going to be getting back to you any day, any minute now. We appreciate Shuli. Thank you. Andrew, Shuli helps us in many ways, not only giving you a show on his network, but he shouts us out on Twitter and he retweets us and he's giving us nothing but love and support. We appreciate Shuli and everybody behind the scenes, but you still know that letter's coming, Shuli, so check them DMs,
you,
bro.
Andrew.
Yeah, well, how about that? Was that in there, Andrew?
And Shuli, subscribe to your channel.
That was my favorite Bee Gees song. How do you stop a dog from pooping? How do you stop him from taking a cheat? No.
Put a butt plug in it.
That is. Andrew has it. Are you going to lend him one, Andrew? See, Andrew has a solution. Andrew has a solution for everything.
First, you put a butt plug on a dog, you go to jail. I don't think that's legal.
I'm going to jail.
Oh shit. Andrew, where would one get a butt plug? The Shuley Network crew is amazing. Thank you, Rev. Bob Levy quotes. And there you go. Joe put it up. That's where you get a butt plug right there. Among other things, youtube.com/Andrew Weezy 9324. That's where it all goes down. Yes, Rev. Bob Levy quotes. Shuley Network crew is amazing. I'll say it again. Put it there. Yes. Awesome. He also said, Andrew, yes. We know that. Andrew's going to buy the Shuley Network. Yeah. Apparently that might be part of the negotiation with Shuley because I don't know what these promises were between them, so I don't even want to know. See, you think Andrew's this nice Mr. Sports guy and all, but watch when he gets behind the scenes, he gets a little rough, so Shuley knows what.
Yeah,
I got a taste for poon.
Okay, now the clues are coming out because Shuley always knows Andrew for his love of poon, as they always say, and Andrew's always looking
that up because it made it sound like you want to talk to Shuley for some reason.
He's not interested in money, people.
He's interested in the poon connection. Let's see. Just a dabbler says dog butt plugs. Chipper Jones, best third baseman ever? Question mark, Andrew.
Ooh.
I live in Baltimore. I got Brooks Robinson. I can't say that.
He turned into Bruce Lee.
Hello.
Ooh.
That's a great question.
That's my name, though.
He's one of the top ever. Ooh. What do you guys think, Bolos?
He does, Sam. See, you are a fan. That's all Andrew wants. That's Andrew's favorite currency.
Nothing to do with stats or anything, but my favorite third baseman ever is Ken Caminetti. So.
Okay, what do you base that on then if it's not stats?
His 1996 MVP season when he's on steroids, and he threw from his back to first base that you can only do if you're on steroids,
Based on stats, who is the best?
I like a lot of those Yankee guys. Yeah, there's a Yankee, I think.
Well, I will make my claim for Brooks Robinson, 16-time Gold Glove winning third baseman. When he retired, they lined up his Gold Gloves from the third base to the home plate. Amazing. Wow. Amazing. So I'm from Baltimore, so by law, I cannot admit that anyone else is a better first baseman than Brooks Robinson. Fox 5, $49.99, lap dance on me. Happy birthday, Andrew. Oh, look at that. Fox 5. See, these are those promises. So we're gonna have to make sure it happens and get lots of picks. Austin, yep. That's where I was going, bro. See, because that was the thing in the day, right? It was Brooks Robinson, and then when Mike Schmidt started coming on, it was like, Mike Schmidt now. I'm from Baltimore once again. I gotta say, paying in poon. The network is keeping it real. Keeps it real.
Yeah. Did he play with Cal? Was that the kept connection? The second and short, the third and shortstop guy, or
are you talking about Brooks and Cal when they converged, or what?
Yeah. Did they play together?
No. No. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to remember. Doug DeSensei, I think, took over for a while at third, and Cal Ripken was at short. And then when Cal Ripken got older, he eventually moved over to third base from shortstop. But I'm trying to recall if they ever actually overlapped playing.
Okay, so they didn't play in the same time. They weren't.
It was close. Like Cal was a rookie near the end of Brooks Robinson's career as he was retiring in the early '80s. Okay. That's when Cal Ripken was coming right on. Yeah, and he was our best shortstop ever. Yeah, right. Imagine that. Just a Dabbler. This is great. All of it is great. Thank you, Just a Dabbler. We appreciate all the great comments and the feedback we get and all the love that we can feel for doing this show. We love all you guys, too. Brooks retired in 77. Okay, 77. I'm a little off, Austin, with the years and the decades now. Thank you. Yes, because I was about, I'm not going to tell you how old I was. Did I miss getting to see what's in Scott's drawer? No, you didn't. We were trying to get some motivation up and some curiosity about that. We're just bullshitting in the meantime. Let's see. There's that lap dance again. Thanks again, Fox 5, $49.99. That lap dance for Andrew. We're gonna have to make that happen. Say that again.
Don't you think $50 should get us something out of his draw?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, what was I thinking? Okay, I guess I was expecting a special request. All right, well, let me get my sound ready, Scott. Before we do this, we get a sound for
And
you.
we are going to deliver on that lap dance when I go see Andrew. You guys don't trip.
All right, because we have a awesome $49.99 super chat from our friend Fox 5, who shows up every week, hooking us up. We appreciate you. All right, Scott, I'm gonna give you a little drum roll. Whatever you pull out, you have to explain what in the hell is in Scott's drawer.
Yeah, feel it.
You got to reach it first. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, what in the hell? What in the hell are you? What in the hell is that? And why does it have brown streaks on it? What's going on? What in the hell? Bro.
It's not what you think. I can't hold this microphone at the same time.
Oh, it probably is what I think. And if it's not, you probably do with it what I think you do with it.
It's for the arches of your feet.
Oh.
Only if you put it there. Let's see. Let's see it up close. What do you got? The arches of your feet. Look at these. And now, and if you ever doubted me calling Scott the prop master, how dare you? Who else has a clown shoe at the ready in their house? A foot massager? Question mark.
Saint Ranger got it. Saint Ranger
Where
got
did
it.
this stuff come from?
And for those of you who don't know, Stormy is Scott's daughter, and so she's like, "Dad, where in the hell? Where?" She don't even know where you get this shit from. Matt McKeel, $2. Thanks again. Chipper was a consistent hitter for sure, and that's what it comes down to, because Brooks Robinson was known for the range of his fielding. He did a lot of those throws, bone lows that you described from the steroid season. He did them before the steroid era. He would be beyond third base. All right. You know what? I got some good news, Andrew. We're going to try to do this one more time like we did before, because we're about ready to have our friend join us. So, Andrew, when you first joined the Shuley Network as part of the sports team, you had a friend on the crew. What was his name?
Trey.
Well, let's bring him in. Trey, what's up, dude?
What about Terry Pendleton?
I just saw that pop up in the private chat. Well, you showed up just in time to tell us, make your argument for Terry Pendleton.
He was great. I wasn't really alive during that run, but man, they had some good players. They had Stephen Avery on that team, I think, too. Andrew Jones was my favorite of the Braves, though. But
yes,
but yeah, they were that team. They should have won a whole lot more than they did.
That's cool. Look at this. This is why I had Trey on tonight, because he just comes in kicking sports like right away, and we're glad you're here today. So Trey, when you were here the last time, it was just like the Shuley show, right? You remember those early days that you were on the Shuley show, right?
Of course.
Yeah, now you come back and it's a full-grown network. Shuley done brought it up and raised it into a network. What do you think?
Yeah, it's looking great. I'm glad there's a sports channel. You know, that's my main area of expertise. My dog's over here going crazy. You got to forgive him. He just saw me. I just got off work, but yeah, I enjoy talking sports. You know, that's my favorite. So.
I know you do, and I appreciate.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and the entertainment guy. You used to do Who Died.
Who died? Yeah.
Who died today, Trey? Remember? Who died today, Trey? They made up a song about it and everything. It was great. So those early Shuley shows were a blast. You would join in, Andrew would join in, and Shuley would do almost, it seemed like an hour with each guy as they came in. And those shows would like go on into the late hours of the night, I remember.
Yeah, those were fun times. Could we do one of
those for old time's sake? Who did die today?
Let's see. Who died today? 2023 deaths. Nobody in particular of any importance. I will say yesterday, former owner of the Carolina Panthers, Jerry Richardson, died. But he was kind of a bad guy. So we don't really.
Yeah, they hated him.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's a good pick, though.
Hey,
I was going to mention that.
it was my birthday yesterday, sir.
Happy birthday. How old you turn?
27.
Nice. Man, we're
Now,
the same age.
Good shit. Good shit. Now, Andrew, what's the next question you normally ask somebody? Did you subscribe to his YouTube page?
Oh yeah. I totally I got to do that.
There it is, right there. Got no excuses.
I'm almost to 100 people.
B Kills 1296 199. I'd wipe the floor with y'all about CFB. Oh, college football.
College football. Yeah, my college football knowledge is isn't as good as it used to be. But Georgia's tough to beat every year. That's all I know. Every year, Georgia. So it's their era now.
Yeah, well, we don't claim to know everything about every sport, but we do like to come out as friends every Friday and just talk about the sports that we know. Andrew fills the hopper all week. Me and Bone Loads, we all throw stories around and throw them in the hopper about the shit that we like, and we kind of mix it all together. Go ahead.
Is that a challenge?
Oh, that was a challenge? Oh, shit. You son of a bitch. You think you can come on this show and talk about how you can talk some shit better than us? All right, but so Trey, I know that I appreciate you coming from work today. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get Andrew. Go ahead.
Next week, I'll make it a point to do some college football stuff in there.
Oh, shit.
See what you think then.
There you go. There you go. A challenge accepted, you son of a bitch. We're going to talk college football next week. But for now, let's talk about Trey. He was nice enough to rush home from his job. Trey's been deep in the sports game. I know you do production. I know you work at radio stations, running some of the national satellite shows. So do you mind telling us, what were you up to today? Would you get into at work today?
Well, I produced 3 local shows today. There's a show called Next Up with Stan Norfleet. He's from Virginia, but he moved down here to do a show. Then I produced the Matt Thomas show. Matt Thomas is the longtime PA announcer for the Houston Rockets. So I produced his show. And then I did a show called The A-Team. It's another sports show with Adam Wexler. He's on the news. I think he's one of the news sports people down here. So just a full day of that, just a full day of production and audio editing and stuff. So it was a busy day. I took too much Adderall the day before, so I'm really I'm kind of in a fog. You can't really mix Adderall with Lexapro. It doesn't turn out well.
That's a tip from Trey. Go, Andrew.
So Trey, so you're on the network?
Yeah, sorta. I work for Sports Talk 790 down here in Houston, your official home of Astros baseball.
Cool. That's very cool. Yeah, I know when you would check in with Shuley before, you would always kind of be in like a production studio background or something. So I knew from that you're always in the game. But I'm glad you're here tonight. This is, as a fan, I got to know you and Andrew watching you on those early Shuley pods. So to be here as a fan, I'm going to fanboy a little bit tonight and enjoy the fact that I'm here with you and enjoying kind of getting you guys back together again. But I also know, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
No, I was just going to say, I also know, in addition to you producing things, I listened to your podcast you have called The Main Entree today.
Yeah, that's correct. I've been trying to record consistently. I didn't record as consistently back then, but I'm kind of doing it every Monday now. I'm recapping all the races with NASCAR and F1 coming back. So I'm also I'm interviewing a lot of the Houston comics because there's like a lot of Houston comics out here that are trying to get into the game. So
I know you took a shot at a comedy one time, didn't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I might have.
I thought you did like a couple of minutes somewhere.
Oh yeah. I do comedy every night almost.
Okay.
I just started about 8 months ago. I do a lot of open mics, but I'm on a few shows here in the next couple of weeks that are local. But yeah, I do comedy
Right.
like almost exclusively. So
Wow, that's cool. I didn't know, but I remember hearing that you were starting to try out comedy last time that we had touch with you. Did you have something you wanted to say, Andrew?
So I have a proposition for you, Trey.
All right.
It's not sexual, is it?
No.
No.
Hey, let's not roll anything out here.
What if I'm the baseball correspondent one episode on your podcast?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you a call, or we'll do like a Zoom thing, and we'll talk baseball. I know you're a big Brewers fan, right?
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah. We'll Zoom. I'll hit you up on Zoom, and we'll do like a Zoom thing, and we'll talk baseball. Because I know the Brewers, they're always good, but I don't know if they've really lost anybody. So they'll be competitive in this NL Central, I'd imagine, this year.
That's
I'm
cool.
seeing in the chat there was
What we
a
got?
comment that my lost interest made about a door.
Oh boy, see now my lost interest.
No.
Another old friend from back. Trey, do you remember what he's talking about?
Yeah, my
Tell people the door story.
Okay, so my door was like not bolted in. It wasn't on the hinges, and it would always fall over. So like the door fell on me. I was like, oh no, my door is. That was a long time ago. It felt like ages ago, but that was always funny because that door just kept falling over.
Yeah, and sometimes he's like holding it up in the middle of a show, like kind of doing this with his arm, like my house is falling apart around me. That's a great old story, Lost. And when I was thinking about Trey and having him on the show, that is literally one of the first stories that I recalled was the old door story of things falling apart around, and that's a funny story. But yeah, I love the name of your podcast, The Main Entree. I get what you're going for there. And I listened to your latest episode today with your NASCAR recap, and I really enjoyed it, dude. I'm an older NASCAR fan, and I'm not as up on the younger the drivers and stuff.
What is your channel name so I could
subscribe? It's called The Main Entree. It's on Spotify, and it's on the iHeartMedia website. It's all over the place. It's like
wherever greater podcasts are found. Look, and Lost has got look at our boy Scott up here. He's got Daytona. He's got Daytona Bear.
He's still in the box.
You got YouTube too?
No, but I should get YouTube. That's the one thing I've been neglecting is getting on YouTube.
Cause I've been slamming the YouTube content lately.
That's cool. That's dope.
Like every day I go live, talk about something, either sports or karaoke or something.
Oh, it's a lighter. Yeah, that's cool, Andrew. That's good to get out there and do content, you're probably having a good time doing it, I'd imagine.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can go out to Spotify and you can catch out The Main Entree. But I listened to it today, and I really enjoyed your Daytona 500 kind of rack, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. one, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it was a pretty crazy race. There was a lot of wrecks. That's dope. Where'd you get those?
This man just pulls shit out from everywhere.
Kelly.
That's true.
Hey, likes it.
But
Oh, go ahead.
So, but it was really the ending was really odd in that they tried those. What did they try? 2 green, white checkers, and then it's whoever crossed the line last. Like, explain how he won the race.
So, like on the last lap, when you get to the white flag, it's an official race. If there's a caution, the race is over and the field is frozen, and the leader at the time of caution is the winner. It's really confusing, when the
yeah, because. I remember I heard on your show the comment that Kyle Busch made about, if it was a 1998 rules, I would have won because they used to race back to the line after the caution was thrown back in the day.
Yeah, they changed that back in 2003. There was a big wreck. Mm-hmm. Dale Jarrett crashed and somebody almost plowed into him. So they said they were going to change the rule and just freeze the field. And it's probably safer. But yeah, if they would have raced back, it would have been the race would have finished under caution, but they they decided to keep going. They wanted to give the fans
Yeah.
a green flag finish. So
They try. Yeah.
yeah.
But
they
Dale
usually
Jarrett
do
was
it.
he was one of my favorite racers back in the day. He's the son of Ned Jarrett. He was one of the first racers for Joe Gibbs Racing when Joe Gibbs Racing started his team.
Yeah, he was Joe's very first driver. Actually, he
Mhm.
won Joe's first race.
Yep.
The
Matt
1993
Kenseth
Daytona
is
500.
mine.
Matt Kenseth. Andrew, go ahead, talk about Matt Kenseth.
He
You like him?
is from Wisconsin, so obviously supporting the local boy.
Local repping. I get it.
And Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart, besides the fact that Tony Stewart was a complete asshole.
Yeah, he had his moments, didn't he?
A little bit. Let his temper get the best of him on that dirt track where unfortunately a fellow driver came out to protest how Tony was driving and he ended up getting hit accidentally, right, and dying.
Yeah, this comes up a lot when Tony
does.
Stewart is mentioned. Unfortunately, it's an unfortunate part of his legacy, you know.
It sure is, and it just plays into it feeds that kind of him being always known as a kind of a hothead and a overreactor kind of guy. So
yeah, I don't know if I'd blame that on him though. Like I don't know if he could see him. I think it was a complete accident, and I wish that dude wouldn't have ran out onto the track.
Yeah,
and if
you can't run on that track, you know, when they're going.
Right, if I remember right, that guy went out of his way and kind of ran out into the track. It wasn't like Tony saw him. Hey, it's time for a Wi-Fi watch, Joe. It's time.
I swallow cum.
There you go. We'll see if that helps bring the Wi-Fi back.
Andrew, what did you say?
I swallow cum.
Thank you. If Joe don't isolate that, I will. Stormy knew exactly what she was doing. Thank you for the assist on that one, Stormy. Yeah, but like I said, I enjoyed listening to your wrap up. I saw the Instagram that he did when he took that trophy to the Waffle House.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't use the trophy as like a weapon because there's always fights in Waffle House.
Right. It's risky going in a Waffle House with or without a trophy. Yeah, but I guess he could knock somebody over the head if it got too out of hand. But I was a little worried for him too when I saw he was in a Waffle House with that trophy. Like, you might not make it out of some Waffle Houses with that thing.
True. Yeah,
shield yourself from a gunshot.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good way to use it.
I try to go to Waffle House maybe once a decade. You know. It's scary going to Waffle House. You know?
My personal Waffle House story. I just went to Florida earlier this year, and that was the first time I was ever in a Waffle House. So I went down to Disney and hit one. So, but I had all those Waffle House stereotypes playing in my mind, kind of like looking over my shoulder. But I went during the day. Don't go at midnight. Nothing good happens after midnight at a Waffle House, right?
True. Yeah, me and my little brother went there late one night after like this concert. We went to in Austin, and it was pretty boring. Nothing happened. Everybody was actually really nice.
Yeah. You're like, where's all the fights and the shootings I see on Twitter all the time? Like, so yeah, I was kind of pleasantly surprised too. I'm like, good, there was no commotion at the Waffle House and all. But part of what you talked about on your show is you talked about the Auto Club Raceway being changed out in Fontana, California. And I understand they sold the property and it was a larger track and they're making a short track there. Talk about that a little bit.
That's the goal. I mean, it's kind of up in the air. They're planning on cutting it down to 1.5 miles, but there's also some speculation that they might just get rid of the track because they sold 80% of the property to like develop real estate developers, and they got yeah, for sure. They got $500 million for it. So NASCAR got a grip for it, but you know,
somebody grab the coffee.
Party people. Oh, Chad, you son of a bitch. It better be hot, you son of a bitch. Chad's
That's Chad, right?
Chad stepdad. What up, party people? Party people. Party people. And young get funky. Okay. Yeah, but so that was a big change because Fontana's been out there a long time. Now, a story that I've been covering, but as a personal interest to me is the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Are you familiar with that track?
Oh yeah, that's coming back this year. They're gonna be running the All-Star race. I think at some point they're gonna add it to the schedule full time.
Mm-hmm.
What I've heard, the grumblings that I've heard is Bristol has 2 races, and so they want to give a race from Bristol to North Wilkesboro. But I don't know. That might not happen. They're trying to turn Bristol into a dirt track, so they already have.
I've been seeing that the last couple of years, and I remember North Wilkesboro was one of the like OG original NASCAR tracks. Like it was basically like after Daytona, they kind of went to North Wilkesboro, and many years ago, Bruton Smith bought it up, right? Bruton Smith, who he owned some tracks in Texas, right? And he ended up buying the track and essentially just taking the date from them, right?
Yeah, that's what happened. He bought the track so he could give another date give that date that North Wilkesboro had to Texas Motor Speedway. And now Texas Motor Speedway is kind of in the same boat North Wilkesboro was back in 1996 when they stopped going. Nobody really knows what's going to happen to Texas Motor Speedway because NASCAR bought all the tracks now. So they own every single track that they're running on. So
yeah, that's interesting because that wasn't the dynamic when I was a fan. It was like you had your Bruton Smith and your certain auto racing entities that own tracks. I live near Dover, and they used to have a spring race and a fall race, and they eventually got cut down to 1 race a year too.
Yeah, that's true. Dover just has, I think Dover does have 2 races. I'm not sure, but
this was a few years ago that I remember them losing one. They could have gained it back.
Yeah. So there's about 26 tracks they race at. But in any given season, though, it could change. They go to a track twice a year most of the time, but they're adding new tracks. They're probably going to go to they added a street course that they're running in Chicago, which I think is going to be a disaster.
They kind of designed that with the IRL or something, that interactive leave. I think they kind of made a track with them or something.
They built the track on iRacing, and now they're going to run it in real life. But I don't think it's going to go all that well. I think it's going to be bad. But that's what people have been wanting to see, is a street race in NASCAR. But I don't really like street races all that much unless it's like F1 or IndyCar. But I guess we'll see. I think there's going to be a lot of wrecks and people like that. So
could be. Yeah, I remember, from what I remember of it, it is very kind of like city and chopped up. Hey, Tiff, $5. Happy birthday, Andrew. Great to see you, Trey. I love this show, everyone. Well, you get a kiss and you get some applause. Thank you, Tiff. Another great friend.
Yeah, we love Tiff.
Another great friend from our chat family. Yeah, so I really enjoyed. I didn't know about the the speedway out there. I didn't know about that track, but like I said, I followed. Go ahead, Andrew.
Does Wisconsin have a speedway anymore?
I think so. I think they still race in Milwaukee.
Yeah, did they used to have like New Hampshire Motor Speedway? Wasn't that? That was 1 year.
That's still going. They only run there once though. Yeah, they're still going to New Hampshire.
That's cool. Yeah, but I like I said, obviously just hearing Trey, you can hear that he has a lot of knowledge about sports in general and NASCAR. And like I said, I really enjoyed listening to your show today. And I was listening to your angle on the corporate sponsorship, how that's changed over the years.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. Nowadays, most drivers come with their sponsors. It used to be that the teams would get the sponsors, but now a lot of the drivers come in with like companies behind them, but usually it's just some dude who works in a company that's just writing a check.
Update.
What do you got, Andrew?
93 subscribers, folks.
All right, let's get them up. Get them up to 100 people. YouTube.com/@Andrew Weezy. You spell that Weezy, WIESE 9324. We appreciate y'all giving Andrew that chat and subscriber love tonight. But yeah, so you were talking about the sponsorship, and I remember Chad's stepdad. Who's the hot chick? Oh, that's Scott over there. No. Oh no, we're talking about that's our friend Stormy. She's our graphic designer, and Andrew. Oh, Chad, that shit better be warm, you son of a bitch. Andrew, what do we refer to Stormy as?
The graphic goddess over here.
Over here. I like the over here he added. I like that. Whoop. There it is. Stormy, the graphic goddess, and that name is going to stick because that was given by Andrew. So that is our friend Stormy. She's our graphic goddess, our graphic designer. She's our chat moderator. She knows all of our friends in the chat, and she likes to point out when my lost interest and our friends and certain ones or our new friends show up. So that's who Stormy is.
Yeah,
and to answer your question,
asked me about Stormy too, but I left that out. So
you what?
My friends have been asking about Stormy too, but I left that out.
Yeah.
She's got positive reviews too. So.
Oh, very good. Yeah, Stormy has a lot of admirers in the chat, so let's keep it on. Let's keep it on the up and up, people. But so yeah, we're talking about the sponsors. Like years ago, I know that like you said, it used to be like one sponsor could last all year and sponsor a team all year. Now the costs are so through the roof that they have like some race part of the year for one sponsor, they race part of the year for another sponsor.
Yeah. Essentially, it's there's like you could have a team with like 6 or 7 sponsors, and it's not uncommon, but they kind of sell it on a race-to-race basis now.
Mm-hmm.
So any sponsor that can pick up the
you follow me on Instagram. It's Andrew401.
Which one?
Don't you have a couple of Instagrams, Andrew?
Like 5.
Right. And he has a couple Twitters, and some of them are not suitable for work, right?
Yeah,
Andrew?
I keep getting suspended from Twitter.
Yeah, I'm glad I was going to ask about that, Trey. Yeah, we were wondering what happened to you. Thank you, Bobby. Go ahead, Bob.
No, you go ahead. You take it because I was wondering about that too.
Yeah, I've been looking for you I missed you on Twitter, man. We used to chat all the time. And then
yeah, I remember. Yeah, those were good times. We talk about the Chargers, but I got suspended. I said the wrong thing about Drake, and
so where can we find you now? Like to talk to you and hang out.
Instagram's usually where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah, my Instagram is juggalo_trays_Instagram.
Love it. Juggalo Trey.
I remember that. But yeah, I thought that we were friends on Twitter, and when I wanted to reach out to you, that was one of the first places I looked because I knew I followed you and I couldn't find you. So, but I ended up finding you on Facebook, and I'm glad you're here with us tonight, bro. It's nice having you again.
Of course, yeah. I'm always happy to talk sports, and I missed the Shuley show a lot. That really made my Tuesdays. I really enjoyed doing it.
You like the Shuley show? Stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna say.
For sure.
Oh, nice. We're getting a little tidbit coming out from. I like that. Thank you, Joe.
Scott just got fired for you. Like you're in now. You're the 5th guy.
That's cool. But go ahead.
I'll talk to him every now and again. I'll kind of tell him about my stand-up and all that, and because he was one of the first people that really I kind of started talking to about stand-up. But yeah, I do miss it. I do miss all it got kind of crazy. And I always kind of liked how
yeah, it did. It was literally off the rails. I mean, Shuley would just turn the show on, and we would just be along for the ride and see what would happen. It was great many nights, and we loved it. And I'm still kind of thrown by what Joe says because these guys kick out so much content to us. I mean, maybe we got some more to look forward to, obviously, from that little clue. So we like that.
I hope so.
Yeah, we like that. Yeah. So whether they're racing in Vegas this weekend, right?
Yeah, they'll be in Vegas. Chase Elliott just broke his leg, so he's out. That's the big story. He won't be racing. So
wow,
the fan favorite is gonna miss some time. So
wow.
But yeah, it's they'll be at Vegas, and then next week I think they're going to Phoenix. But in a couple of weeks they're going to Austin. And I'm gonna be at that race, and I'm gonna
as a correspondent, right? Like you get to be there as a correspondent.
That's
Oh,
the
that's so
goal.
cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully, I think I got approved for credentials. I've applied, so I'm just waiting to hear back. But yeah, I'm
Cross your
looking
fingers
forward to
there.
it. Yeah, I'm hoping.
My
that
friend Dylan is also, he works for NASCAR, the NASCAR mayor is his
Oh, does he
name.
really?
Pretty soon, Mr. Andrew.
What?
All right.
Uh-oh.
They're calling for you, huh, Andrew?
Just
He
gotta wrap it
does
up.
he does work for NASCAR. He has CP as well.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
I'm thinking of having him on one of these shows when he's not doing anything else. I will have to coordinate with him.
All right, that's cool. What's he do for NASCAR?
He does collages and basically marketing for them.
Oh wow, that's pretty. That's a big job. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
So Trey, out of all the kind of the racers that you've been around and you're exposed to, who do you think is like no one can ever be the next Dale Earnhardt or the next Jimmy Johnson, but who do you think is kind of in that vein? Do you see anybody coming up that you think might rise through the ranks in the next couple of years?
Well, right now the drivers that I like the most that are currently racing, Kyle Busch is probably the best driver I've seen in my lifetime. Because I caught the tail end of Dale. I never got to see Dale when he was driving outside of his car. Here's my dog.
Hey, doggy.
Hey, doggy.
What's up, doggy?
I never got to see Dale when he was cleaning his window on the track, but Kyle Busch is the closest thing.
Yeah, that's what Chad Zumach says.
A lot of people hate Kyle Busch. Like, what do you feel about that, Trey?
He's actually back then he wrecked Dale Jr. at a race at Richmond, and NASCAR fans kind of hated him. But then he left Joe Gibbs to drive for Richard Childress.
Ricky Bobby.
He's a good
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Cole Trickle, that's Nick's brother. Shut that fucking dog up.
I got a Cole Trickle hat in my car
Jerry.
that I always wear, but yeah, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson is probably the next best one, although he's kind of been bad recently. Back in 2020, he said the N-word and he got suspended.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah. He's like half Asian or something. He actually got into the NASCAR diversity program and then ended up saying the N-word and getting fired.
Yeah.
Did you say NASCAR?
Yeah.
Wrong N-word, Stormy. Not that N-word.
Both of those words did end with a hard R, though. So he.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
wasn't he doing online during some racing or video gaming or something?
Yeah, he had no idea he was on.
They were doing video gaming during the pandemic.
Yeah, we were talking about last week about how people are all foul and ignorant on those games, right, Bones?
His fellow NASCAR drivers were like, no. They were like, dude, we're live. They're like,
yeah, they were all like,
they were mortified. They're like, no.
Yeah, they were like, don't put that evil on me.
Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't put that on me. But, Kyle,
whoa.
Kyle Busch reminds me, the heat that he gets, it reminds me of how people felt about Jeff Gordon when he came on the scene pushing Dale Earnhardt Sr. around. It's like, who's this whippersnapper come along thinking he can drive like me? And I think that he drives like that too. Kyle Busch drives with a vengeance. He drives with a lot of authority, and he pushes people out of the way, and people don't like him for that. I think that's my take on why people don't like Kyle Busch, because he's a winner, basically.
And it's funny because now he drives for the same team Dale Earnhardt drove for.
Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, Richard Childress saw. He said that Dale Earnhardt could see the air, but Kyle Busch can see the racetrack better than anybody. So
wow,
yeah,
that's some high praise.
Yeah, I think that Kyle's going to be a threat to win the title this year, but But yeah, I think that's the next great one. Yeah, my dog Kyler is kind of stealing the spotlight.
It looks like he's posing.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a bit of a camera whore.
Don't know where he got it from. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Can't imagine where he got it from.
He's all like he hasn't seen me all day since this morning, so he's got to jump on me.
Yeah. Don't care if you're doing a podcast or not. He needs some loving. What's his name?
Kyler.
Kyler?
Yeah,
All right.
he's named after the Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray.
Okay.
I don't really know why I named him that, but I just like the name. And
I thought it was the old reference to Beavis and Butthead where they had the guy and he said killer tattooed on his head and he goes, that says Kyler on his head. That's Kyler.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. You said it's Kyler. Yeah. So that's what reminded me of. Well, hey Kyler, welcome to the Sports Head, bud. He's the star now. Andrew, we got a new star. What do you think about the Sports Heads with Kyler now? What do you think?
I like it.
Oh, you like it? That's doggone funny. Well, we appreciate Trey and Kyler joining us tonight. We know that we're pushing it 2 hours. We extended the show tonight because what are we on Friday nights when there's no Bob Levy, Andrew?
Out of the wheelchair.
Out of the wheelchair. That's right. And thanks for putting that up again. This is an extension of Andrew's birthday celebration. So we want to take this time. Thank you. We wanted to take this time to wish Andrew a happy birthday once again and continue this party all weekend long. Please go out and subscribe to Andrew's page right there at youtube.com/Andrew Wiese. And that Wiese is spelled WIESE 9324. He's at 93. What's the new subscriber count, Andrew?
93.
Still 93. Come on, people. We can do better. We can get them shits up there. All right. All right, I think we have 2 more videos we're going to show you, and we're going to finally pull this train into the station. We want to thank Trey for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it, bro. You are welcome here anytime. Old Shoe Crew fam, no doubt. Joe, if we could roll number 14, please. That would be awesome, sir. Let me see. I believe it's number 14. Yes.
Joe's like, my kids are hungry.
All right. This is a good one. This is a moment in history. This is Pro Bowler Dick Weber. I've seen this covered on some of the other shows. I like pro bowling when I was a kid. I would kind of play it in the background, but I've never seen such passion if it was playing a little too low. What do you think about that, Trey? That's some kind of quote, huh?
I think that's probably up there with, it's right up there with "I'm the luckiest man on earth" speech in sports. One of the greatest quotes in sports history.
I'm Bob, so you don't have to. Yeah. So, that was like one of the first, not first viral moments, but it was one of the more, the larger viral moments where I really remember hearing it being like everywhere you went, you heard about him like saying this and seeing this real intense bowler, like just the passion that he had for winning. And then what he said on top of it, it just made for a cool moment. So I wanted to share that with y'all. All right. Let's see. All right. Well, Andrew. You still there, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, he's off in the distance. Well, this is about the time of the night where Andrew gets stuffed and cuffed, as we called it. His attendants come in and kind of take care of him and prep him for bed tonight. So we're gonna roll one last video, Andrew. We can hear you. You have anything you want to say to the people before we leave tonight?
Thank you for all the love and support on the Shirley Network. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the subscribers to my channel. Let's go!
All right, Andrew. Well, thank you, bud. And while you get prepped for bed tonight, we're going to roll one last video. And we're going to say goodbye to all of our friends until next week. So if you could, we're going to roll this one. It was called an Olympic sport I could watch. And I kind of agree with this. And I could go for this, if you will. Look at this. This is the kind of curling I could get behind. Every now and then I'll find myself watching some curling, but I would really tune in for this shit. All right.
Ontario is already working on one of those with Bob as the gopher as it's spinning.
Oh, that's great, Andy. I know it's going to be great. I cannot wait to see that. So
That's not me.
That's right. That's right, Bone. You already gave it away. So that's great. So you have that and so much other stuff to look forward to on the Shuley Network. Go out to YouTube/the Shuley Network. Join, go to the Patreon and join, whatever's best or easy for you. We hope you all had a great time here tonight on episode 5 of the Sports Heads. So for Stormy, for Bone Load, our West Coast correspondent, and for Scott, I would like to thank our special guest today, Trey Campbell. We appreciate you joining us tonight. I'm your boy, the man, BF Bobby Fran. We appreciate you joining us. We'll see you next week, or we'll see you the next time we see you. Peace and love, and we are out of here. Happy birthday.